In this video, I wanted to take a look at the main features and pros and cons of the Redmi 10, one of the latest budget devices from Xiaomi. At the time of this video, the prices vary from 160 to 200 euros, but the pricing may be different in other regions. The phone comes in quite a typical Xiaomi style box. In the retail packaging, you get a 22.5 watts fast charger, USB Type-C cable, a SIM eject tool, a protective case, and some paperwork. As far as design goes, we are looking at quite a typical budget device. The backplate and the frame are made of plastic, but the build quality is pretty good and the phone feels nice in the hand. The buttons are clicky and easy to reach, and the power key doubles as a fast and reliable fingerprint reader. The device is fairly light and thin, considering a massive 5000 mAh battery inside. As you would expect from a Redmi device, the battery life is great and you can achieve excellent screen-on times that obviously vary depending on how you use the phone. For an average user, this could easily be a 2-day battery phone. The charging time is about 2 hours and 10 minutes with a supplied 22.5 watts charger. Keep in mind, however, that the phone supports only 18 watts charging. Not the best result, but this is a budget phone, so it can have the best charging speeds in the world. The 6.5-inch Full HD Plus LCD display is covered with a pretty old Gorilla Glass 3 for protection. The panel has a 90Hz refresh rate, which is a nice sweet spot between motion smoothness and power consumption. The panel itself is pretty bright, it has decent color reproduction and contrast. Well, it can't compete with AMOLED panels, but it's a good display for a budget device. Just above the screen, we have an 8-megapixel selfie shooter. On the back, you can find a quad camera system that consists of a 50-megapixels main, 8-megapixels ultra-wide, 2-megapixels depth, and 2-megapixels macro cameras. On paper, the camera system is very powerful for a budget device. Stay tuned to see how it performs in practice. The Redmi 10 has quite a few extra features that budget-oriented users have appreciated for years. A dual SIM and a dedicated micro SD card slot, a headphone jack, an IR blaster, and an FM radio that requires headphones for full functionality. Lastly, the phone has a pretty good sounding dual speaker system with decent volume output. Here is a quick audio test. MediaTek Helio G88 is at the core of this device. My unit also has 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. You can also choose a lower-end model with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage to save some money. Gaming performance is pretty good, yet not perfect. I was able to play games like Call of Duty without any issues. PUBG runs fine on HD graphics, but you may see a few skipped frames after a while. You may also see a bit of stutter in games like Asphalt 9, but you can still have enjoyable gaming experience. However, I wouldn't say this should be your first choice if you love playing games on your phone. The device runs on the MIUI 12.5 that is built on top of Android 11. While you get all of the familiar Xiaomi's features and customization options, there is occasional lag and stutter in the UI, especially after installing quite a few apps and signing into your social accounts. I would say that the stutter is not always present, but you'll see it from time to time, which reminds you this is a budget phone after all. Despite that, the day-to-day performance of the phone is quite good for a budget device, and I didn't notice any major bugs in the UI. When it comes to image quality, the wide-angle shots could definitely be sharper and more detailed. The main lens produces better-looking photos, but I actually suggest you use a 50-megapixels mode, which delivers sharper photos with better contrast and a higher level of detail. This mode takes really nice photos overall. You can also use 2x digital zoom, but the quality will not impress you. Portraits usually come out nice with good edge detection. You can also take macro shots that look average at best. The night mode is available only on the main lens and it produces pretty nice looking images. You can also use 2x zoom, but the quality is just mediocre. If you want to use the wide-angle camera, you need to use the auto mode. The results may vary depending on the shot, but more often than not, the quality may not impress you. Simply stick to the main camera and the night mode for the best results. When there is enough light, the front-facing camera is capable of taking some nice photos in both auto and portrait modes. There is also a selfie panorama mode that lets you fit more into the frame. In low light, the quality of selfies is quite poor. The maximum video recording resolution is 1080p, which is quite disappointing even for a budget phone in 2021. Also, the video quality is poor and the footage is very shaky. I'm not sure if this could be fixed with future software updates, but other Xiaomi budget phones produce much better quality 1080p video. 1080p selfie video looks okay, but there is no image stabilization either. The sound recording quality is quite good.
FPS video, and I'm holding the phone in two hands. Today's lighting conditions are good. We have a sunny day, but I'm standing here in the shade.
The phone has been solid in the connectivity department. Call quality and 4G signal reception have been good, and the device supports 5 GHz Wi-Fi. There is also Bluetooth 5.1 and the GPS performance has been good. The Redmi 10 is yet another budget phone from Xiaomi that delivers a lot of value, yet it has some shortcomings like occasional UI lag, not the best camera performance unless you use a dedicated 50 megapixels mode, poor quality 1080p video recording, and no 4K video recording. If you are fine with these shortcomings, the Redmi 10 has a lot to offer to make it a good budget phone. You get a bit plasticky yet nice looking and well built device, good quality 90Hz display, excellent battery life, and all the bells and whistles of the MIUI. Knowing the history of consistent software updates provided by Xiaomi, the Redmi 10 may even improve over time, meaning that it should definitely be under your radar if you are shopping for a great value device. Tell me, what do you think about the Xiaomi Redmi 10? Would you buy this device or would you choose another budget option? As always, like the video if you liked it, please subscribe to the channel if you like my content, and as always, it was Linus, thank you for watching and see you soon.